Hey everyone, how are you? This is Elisan and I am the founder and the host of this thriving, amazing Facebook group, The Spiritual Entrepreneurs, where I'm hosting more than 19,000 members of you from all around the world. I'm super excited to have you here with me. I'm from Singapore and my name is Elisan, and I am also the creator of the school with Elisan for the spiritual entrepreneur who desires to be successful in all areas of her life and make meaningful money and make a difference in the world. So today is Monday for me, and this is the new format of the Philosophy TV. And if you haven't noticed that the energy has been, I've been talking about this for a long time now, the energy has been forcing us, guiding us, inviting us to make changes in our lives. Changes for the better, because this is the year 2016 and it's the number 9 in the numerology. And so what that means is the year of completion. There are lots of things for you to work on, look at, so that you can tie the loose ends to close the chapter so that you can move on to the next chapter. So I've heard a lot of feedback saying that, I've been so challenged. I've been, the universe has been throwing a lot of crap at me. What am I supposed to do? I'm going to give up and blah, 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 blah. So if the universe and God is guiding you to challenges, then I would say you are on the right path, because there's always a breakdown before a breakthrough. And during the breakdown season, a lot of times we may go into self-doubt. Is this really what I'm supposed to do? Is God playing a trick on me? And all the kind of things. And is the universe trying to send me a sign that I am not aligned with my mission and maybe I should give up, look for a job, and just give up entirely and just sit back and not do anything? So the key is not to give up and know why you are doing this in the first place. If you embark on the spiritual journey, the truth is you cannot unspiritualize yourself. You can't. You simply can't. You are already awakened, and you know there is more to life than just paying bills and die. You already know the truth. However, this is just the journey of the soul here on earth. It's like the game, right? Every game has rules. So the faster you learn or master the game, the rules of life, the faster you will excel in life. So I want to remind you that God is not against you, because there was once upon a time that I feel like, God is against me. Hey, Amanda, how are you? God's not against you. Really, it's not. And I want to do a quick shout out to Amanda. I mean, without this Facebook group, I would never have met Amanda. And 2 years on, yes, the Facebook group, this spiritual entrepreneur, is almost 2 years now. And finally, she's inviting me to, or maybe she's also stepping up at this time, finally inviting me to her, one of her summits, market like a geek. So if you would like to leave your URL, Amanda, and let everybody know. I mean, I'm from Singapore, right? I mean, such a small country. People thought Singapore is China. It takes one end from the other end it takes 45 minutes to get from one end to the other end. Literally, we are so small. We are smaller than New York City. We are smaller than Los Angeles. We are the smallest country ever, I think. However, I have a dream. I've always wondered, how can I play a much bigger game and influence and impact? I'm just from Singapore. I have a funny accent. I don't sound cool like the Americans, or I don't have a Brit accent. How can I? So these are all self-doubts. These are all mind chatter. These are all ego talk to keep you small. Here am I hosting all of you in the comfort of my own home in Singapore, that still takes 45 minutes to get from one end to the other, and meeting awesome people like Amanda. She's also stepping up in her game and creating this summit where she's interviewing millionaires, influencers all around the world, So don't think of yourself as too small. I always say this. There is this African proverb that says, if you think you are too small, try being in the room with a mosquito. Yeah? So it's all in our mind, because when we reincarnate into this life form, we have entered the veil of amnesia. So therefore, we have forgotten how cool, how life is on the soul realm. If we remembered, then we would not be able to step up. So Amanda, oh, you got the masterclass? Okay, cool, all right. So therefore, this is the challenge as well as exciting as it can be, because we are in the free will zone. Last week I talked about, do you really have free will? It's gone, and the angels, have they forsaken you? No, they have not. They can only guide you to make certain decisions. They can create situations so that you can make that decision for yourself, but they will never make that decision for you, because we are given free will. So you're not all by yourself. You're not alone. You have asked for divine guidance, and this is the cosmic joke. This is how the way it is. So if you can recognize the pattern, there's always a breakdown before a breakthrough. You would not go like, oh my God, I'm a victim, life's against me, this and that. No, it's not. The core of God is love. The core of the universe is growth. And this is as such, without challenges, without painful situations, we will not be challenged to look at ourselves and grow and demand, yes, the word is demand, for a better life for ourselves. So there is a difference between growth for the higher good, the highest good, and greed. So a lot of people think that, oh my God, the love for money is not good. I'm bad, I'm nasty, I shouldn't be asking for more, I should be settling, I should be tolerating. No, the emotion is greed, right? The greed and hoard, it's a bad energy. But, think about this as money allows us option, money allows freedom. And up till now, I have been having this love-hate relationship with money, even though I love it, because there's this other growth. And every time you want to, grow yourself, there will always be this other mind chatter, because this is just part of our ego. Ego is unnecessary, but it's just within us. All right, so I was watching an interview with J.K. Rowling. She's the one who wrote Harry Potter. She's a self-made billionaire, an author who is a self-made billionaire, and she talked about it as well. Like sometimes she still has this worry about money, billionaires worrying about money. So this is a default programming that you can recognize and unlearn that. It's a habit. It's literally a habit. And she said it beautifully. Money is a superpower. It's a supernatural power, because it gives us options, right? And so she was saying, she was having this interview with Oprah in this beautiful hotel in Scotland. And the reason why she put herself there is because, when she was writing the last book, the house was noisy, the kids were running around and this and that. It was just crazy. And in the past, she would put herself in a cafe, right, with a different kind of noise. But now she's like, hey, I've got the money, I've got the option to create the environment that I want. So therefore, she put herself in that environment. So money is a supernatural power. And most of us are rejecting money, we are repelling money. So I was talking about I have a course right now that is how to connect with your money angel of abundance. If you want to connect with your money angel, go to EliseN.com/connect and get it for just $7. So this is a typical answer that I get from people. If you are doing God's work, God would support you. Why are you charging for your gifts? And women have this concept that we can't charge for our gifts, and it projects in our mindset. And when I checked her profile out, she is also a sort of like providing a service. She's an interior designer. And so we sabotage ourselves. We deny, we repel the very thing we want. Money is not evil. Money gives us options. I feel money is a spiritual teacher. Look at your bank account. It will not lie. It shows you exactly where you are and what you need to work on for yourself, And the more you love yourself, the more money you will have, because money is a vibration. Money is a currency, and currency is an energy, and it's a vibration. It has to be vibrationally matched with you. Right? So the more you increase your self-worth, the more your net worth will increase. And it's not about accumulating assets. It's not about accumulating whatever assets. You know what I mean? It's not about accumulation of things. Money gives you options, and that option gives you freedom to pay your bills and to be more. You know, I am so obsessed and passionate about this topic because I know how it feels like to have $1 in my bank many days, many months, and I even know how it feels like for banks to keep knocking on my door. I remember the time where I looked at my bill and I would just chuck it under my drawer, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't want to deal with it, and I'll just like, if you don't see it, you don't think about it, right? So it's not right, because it's not right and wrong, but it doesn't feel good. So there was a point in time where I knew I was so gifted, I was so talented, I've got something to offer, and then I really wanted to participate in this charity. I wanted to feed some children. I wanted to adopt them in, I don't know, Phnom Penh or Cambodia or some third world country, I can't really remember. And I knew I had this limited amount of money in my bank account, and it was between feeding those children or feeding my children. Who do you think I picked? Of course, I choose to feed my children, right? And then we had such a beautiful conversation, and I really felt bad about it because she kept emailing me, when are you going to transfer the money? And I just disappeared. I just disappeared because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And that pained my heart so much. So having money gives you that freedom to donate. Having money gives you the freedom to inspire and help someone else. To be honest, your time is not worth a lot. You know, that's true. You know, if you think about feeding the kids, what can you do with your time? Somebody needs to give you the money so that you can fulfill your time to go feed them, to inspire them, to do whatever you need. So money is needed. Money is really needed. So I connected with my money of angels, and then I had so many breakthroughs from myself. You know, I consulted my money angel, like, how much should I charge? Is this? And then of course, if I were to charge, I want to charge like, you know, like an astronomical amount. Sometimes the angel would say, no, you cannot, you should do this and that, and because this and that, da. So they'll give me a reason. It's not like they're unreasonable. So you have to accept it. So if you want to connect with your money angel of abundance, go to eliseann.com/ it's just $7. So even for this, they gave me the number, and I'm like, but I'm putting in work. I should be charging more. And then, you know, they're like, no, you do $7 because you want to help people. Don't you want to help people? No. And then they gave me this reasoning, right? So it's great to connect with the divine, and they know that you know that you are divinely supported with every decision that you make. All right. So as I've talked before, and I've mentioned before over the past few weeks, and it will continuously be like this for the rest of the year, because there's 2.5 months left. And really, the angels and the energy is guiding us to, especially for light workers, spiritual entrepreneurs, to work on our craft. Just because you're a spiritual entrepreneur or you're a light worker doesn't mean that you are all right. You have more stuff to deal with. You have more, because you want to be as clear emotionally and energetically so that you can help someone else. If you're so judgmental, if you are so trigger party, if you have a trigger party all the time and you are so emotionally attached to the situation, you cannot see things clearly. Like, you know, I've revamped my business so many times. I mean, this is the most times that I've revamped because I'm in a state of confusion. I'm not even shy to tell you this because this is part of the process. And then I launched something and I regret. I launched something and I regret. But it's okay. At the end of the day, you just feel you have the right to change and change your mind. Change your mind, change your strategy, but not the goal. All right? Not the goal. Right? You keep your eyes on the prize, but along the way, you course correct until you click and you get it. So a lot of people like, oh my God, if I change this, what will other people say? Is, you know, they will think that I'm a loser, this and that. Why? Hang on just a minute. Okay. Why would you think that then there is something to work on? You are afraid of what other people would think of you. And your success is your own journey. Your destiny is your own journey. It's between you and God. Seriously. So God may be giving you a lot of challenges right now. So the lady was telling me she has a heart problem, this and that. I mean, my heart goes out to all the people who have gone through this shit hits the fan the moment, and I'm sure you have those shit in the fan moment as well. Everyone doesn't, we don't have this luxury of doing a spiritual bypass. We really don't, because this is just the facts of life. When shit hits the fan, most people either run away or they deal with it. And if you're not equipped with the tools and the community, you will run away. And if your default mode is to run away, then I encourage you to not run away this time. Because look at your life. How often have you been running away, and where has that lead you? Nowhere really. I guarantee you there's nowhere. But if you force yourself, literally force yourself, and give yourself discipline and tell yourself, hey, look, enough is enough, so therefore you need to get to the pissing point. Enough is enough. You may be tolerating with a situation for 13 years, 4 years, 6 years. That's how long we can tolerate as women, right? All right. Like, our tolerance level of pain is really, really high. So it will come to a point, enough is enough, especially this year and next month, this month forward, and continuously, because the energy is accelerating, time is accelerating, and we don't have to wait 30 years for us to enjoy our fruits of the labor. We can get to enjoy it almost instantaneously. And I have learned it's not about the strategies, because the strategies will not make sense if your point of attraction, which is you, is not clear and vibrating at the highest and tip-top vibration. So let me give you an example with my weight loss issue. All right, so I've been battling with the weight loss. This is my heaviest for the longest time in my entire life, seriously. So because 2 years ago, was it last year, I was going through a bad patch with my life. I was at the beginning of the year, clients were dropping, I was struggling with 50 cents days and all that sort of like nonsense. And because I made the intention that I don't want to have anything to do with money. I want to make sure that people see me for me. So I didn't want money to be the influence. That was a bad decision, but nothing is really wrong. It's just part of the journey. I put on so much weight unknowingly, and I've tried to lose weight, tried to walk, tried to clean up my diet, but nothing changes because my mind is still stuck there. And because I put on weight, not because I ate a lot, it's because of emotional weight, emotional fats, emotional weight. And if you have emotional weight stored in your body, it's not about just clean diet and eating vegetables and exercising. It's not. It's a deeper issue where you have to deal with yourself emotionally. So why women put on weight, or why people put on weight? Because especially I realized I put on a lot of weight over at my stomach area, because the solar plexus is here, which is personal power. So it's like I need to protect myself from something, and I don't know what something I'm protecting myself against is about. It's crazy. As my group is growing, my confidence wasn't growing. So it's got nothing to do with the external. People were seeing me as, you're so awesome, you're an inspiration, but I have to see it within myself. Even at 17,000 members, I was like, I'm just nobody, this and that. I was self-diminishing myself. And I was just judging myself, like I wasn't giving myself enough credit, because I have to be humble because I'm Asian, right? You gotta be humble. You cannot be so like over the top, and you must remain like hush hush. So I put on a lot of weight, and emotional weight and stress. I was hiding behind my weight. I was hiding behind a lot of things. And if you notice in the title of the Spiritual Entrepreneurs Group, I have changed and added my name because I feel proud of my name and I'm ready to be seen. I know it's crazy, right? And when I started my business as a love coach, similarly, I hid behind the titles purposelyin love.com. I hid behind it. And so you have to look at your life right now. How are you hiding? It's sneaky. It's really, really sneaky. So you need to hide. You need to really scrutinize and see yourself. Are you visible, but yet not visible to yourself? Do you want to be seen, but yet are you using other ways to try to cover yourself up? So finally, I did this meditation because I know that emotional weight is not just about eating the right food, doing the right exercise. It's not. It's a lot about mindset, and your body follows your mind. I know this because just 1 week ago, I decided to cut out carbo. If you've been following me, you would know this. I've cut out carbo in my diet. And I'm Chinese, right? And I need my rice. If you know what I mean. I need my rice every single meal. So it's maybe an addiction, it's a habit, I don't know, whatever you call it, but every meal I need to eat that rice. And for the longest time from birth till now, rice has always been my staple food, just like spaghetti or whatever, like bread. So it's hard to give up. And even though when, a couple months ago I wanted to sort of like exercise, I couldn't give up rice. It's the mindset, right? Because I was unwilling to give up, so therefore the stomach says you have to eat it, right? So last week, if you've been following me, you would have known that I've gone to Hong Kong, and my friend was like, she's my BFF for 17 years, and she's like, you know what? You really need to do something about yourself. She's not spiritual, but we used to be cabin crew, so physical appearance is really important. It's like, you got a pretty face, and look what happened to you now, la 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 la. And she was nagging at me, and really for the health reason, and you need to do this for yourself. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah. Finally, somebody's saying something, and I got triggered. So I came back on Friday, we spoke on Saturday, and she's like, so when are you doing it? And I'm like, you know what, Monday. So I gave myself 2 days as a buffer, right? I mean, because I needed to get new groceries to support my new diet. So not diet as in dieting, but diet as in literally eating diet. So I said Monday, and this was the time that I really told myself Monday is it. I made that decision, non-negotiable. I am going to do it. I will do it. It's not even a try anymore. I will do it. So I thought that maybe I would have some craving or whatever it is, but since I made that decision, the stomach supported me, the body supported me, zilch craving for rice. Zilch. And it's been 1 week now, and I lost 2 kilograms. I don't know how much is that in pounds, maybe 10 pounds. So that's quite a lot, right? 2 kilograms, super excited about it. So the first few days was like, oh my God, nothing is happening. I'm still looking like the same, and why is it going on? So it happens. And then suddenly I'm like thinking, overthinking the process. How will it happen? If for the first day I'm thinking, this mind chatter, but your body knows better, right? So during these 7 days, not only have I been watching my diet, exercising, working out, walking 40 minutes a day, and also meditation, working on my own emotional issues, and that's how I lost 2 kg. And so I told my friend yesterday, she's like, what, so fast? She's like, yeah, I'm even surprised at myself. So with discipline, with action, with intention, you will get it. The key is not even discipline or action. The key is you have to make the decision and know why you want it, and just focus on this. So of course, this few other weeks, I am going to continuously do it and get the body that I want to be in, more tone, and be more fit. You got to take care of this vehicle. So I know that for sure now that your mind can change instantaneously, and all your habits, all your addictions can just boom off. It's just like this. It's an addiction. And I also have noticed how I'm talking to myself. It's an addiction, and I'm the biggest abuser in my life, right? So you can say, oh, I'm going to stop tolerating this. Write that all down, because I gave you an exercise a couple of weeks ago to write down what you're tolerating and what your excuses are. Until you change the way you talk to yourself, nothing will change. Nothing will change. So I want you to observe how you're talking to yourself and with yourself, those silent moments. If you don't talk to yourself like in a loving manner, your mind's gonna like start to abuse you. Like, you're not good enough, who are you, why you, this and that. So you need to observe how you are speaking to yourself. Is it with love, or is it with negativity, or is it like the punishing parent? So it goes back to maybe your parents were talking to you like this, like you cannot do this, da, 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 da. So maybe you are doing that to your inner child as well. So observe that, and that's the emotional side of you. That's the emotional part. And we've been running away, we've been avoiding, we've been hiding, not allowing our true self to really show up. So a couple of weeks ago, this card showed up for you, and this card has been showing up for me recently a lot. The real you is ready for you. The real you is ready to emerge. The artist within you is ready to emerge. So what does that mean? In order for the real you to emerge, you must know who the real you is. And you know, the unconscious is as such, it blocks us from seeing the truth. Therefore, it's the shadow, right? If it's so easily seen, then it's not in the shadow anymore. And I have realized that, you know, I have been shunning myself, and I have been, you know, I have been the mother my kids want. I have been the daughter my mother wants. I have been everybody who they want me to be, and I am. And it's sad that I actually realized that I have to think about, who am I? I actually had to take a breath and, who am I? And without the stories, who am I? And ironically, I don't know. And I asked myself, is it I don't know, or I don't want to know, or I'm scared to face up? Because the truth is, without those stories, I'm confident, I'm powerful, I'm strong. I can be who I want to be. I can be who I want to be. I'm a child of God. Therefore, I have all His superpowers. I do. I really, really do. Then what am I so afraid of? Why am I so not willing to be myself? That's the question. So you know who you are. You are just afraid of that version of you. Perhaps if you become who you are, you may hurt someone, or you may have to change something. And the truth is, if you are ready for the real you to emerge, people will get hurt. People will have to adapt because they were used to you being you. And right now, you are stepping up. So think about this. It's easy to chant, I no longer tolerate this. This is my non-negotiable, and this and that. I mean, it's easy to say it. How do you feel about this? And so, because I am scared, right? I'm scared to be seen as well. And I did this meditation, and I invite you to visualize this as well, is to see a light shine out of your solar plexus and see how that feels like. Do you feel threatened? Do you feel like you need to run away? Or do you feel safe being vulnerable? Do you feel safe being seen? And let me tell you what I have observed and noticed with a lot of women is that they don't feel safe. It's not even about comfortable. It's that they don't feel safe to receive love. They don't feel safe to receive the money. They don't feel safe to receive God's love because of whatever that has gone through in your past. So it's not about the strategies, it's about how you feel, right? About having money. You have seen those lottery winners. You have heard so many people talk about this. They win the lottery and then they start to give it away because they don't feel comfortable. They don't feel safe with it. It's like, if I have this, then people will take it away from me, or whatever it is. Whatever your reason is, the core is you don't feel safe to receive. Women have this problem. They give. But when it comes to receiving, like charging your worth, charging your whatever it is, receiving money, you'll be frozen, right? Like, and you give so many reasons to not receive this. Like, you see this in the launch programs, you see this in business, you know, like, oh my God, you know what? I'll just give this to you for free. You know what? I'll just give it to you for free because it's just causing me too much anxiety, and I don't want you to think that I'm greedy. I don't want you to think that I'm needy. So you know what? Here it is. Just take it for free. Just you know what? Just yeah. And then you're like, oh my God, I don't have to deal with the conversation. I don't have to deal with the money part, right? If you don't want to deal with the money part, you have a receiving problem. Literally, it's a problem. And you know that in this realm right now, money is needed to exchange for services. So if you go to a restaurant, if you walk into a restaurant, you wouldn't have the audacity to sit there and order food and then not pay and walk out. See what happens to you? You would be bashed up. The police will come. Then why is it that women have this crazy thought that We cannot charge for our worth. We cannot charge for our services. We are undervaluing our value, and we overcompensate. Oh, you know what? I actually charge $7, but here, let me give you this and this and this and this and this and this as well. Like, it does not make sense. So it's us. It's just us. Actually, people are really willing to pay you. I mean, people are willing to pay you if they see the value in it. In order for people to see the value in what you provide, you have to first see value in yourself. So the fundamental root cause for all receiving problems that I'm not safe is because I'm not good enough. Like, I'm not good enough. Like, if you feel your product is not good enough, then don't look at it from your perspective. Go get like third, second, fourth, and fifth, and 10th opinion and see how they really judge and feel about your product. If they feel like it's not good enough, you should do this, then fine, you course correct, you improve your product. But if it's for us, we will never be good enough, right? Oh, you know, this and that. You know, every time we launch something, our self-worthiness is being threatened. That is why we stop our launch. We don't do this. Okay, we put a cap on whatever it is. I know this is for sure because this is my story too. Like, I'm not good enough. Like, there are other healers out there. There are other readers out there. So who am I? I'm just from Singapore. I shouldn't be seen. And so these are all just mind chatter. It's just the ego trying to keep you small. It's not aligned with God. And if you are even doubting that if you are the chosen one, then yes, you are the chosen one. Then if you have confidence issue, ask yourself, how can you build up your confidence, right? You are good enough. You are good enough to receive, you know, and you want to be better, not because I don't feel good enough. I'm better because I can be better. So think about this. If there's something that you don't understand, then go invest in the information. Go out there to get the information that you need. Acquire that new skill and learn it, consume it, and then you would boost up your confidence. I don't think that I know everything, which I don't, because that would be very arrogant if I say I know everything. I don't. Although I am literate with Facebook groups, but because the energy is always changing, I always have to upgrade myself, observe the energy, and change accordingly as well. I'm recently obsessed with Instagram, and Instagram is a domain that I don't understand. So I have to pay and invest someone to teach me how to work this Instagram thing out, like the hashtag and following and unfollowing kind of thing, right? And so you have to invest. There's something else, there's a skill that I need in my business right now, and I have to invest in the money to learn it so that I can be more and do more and reach out to more people. So you have to first be really self-aware. Self-aware may be painful because it forces you to look at yourself, like, really, what do you need right now, right? So drop the ego. Drop that ego, like, drop that, like, you know what other people think of me. Just drop it, be a student. Even Dalai Lama says, right? In one of the videos, he says he's 80 years old right now, and he is still a student. The student, you know, to be a good student, you know, to be a good leader, you have to be a good student, right? Student and leader kind of like is in the same space. So because information is always new, there are new things being channeled, the cosmic is always changing. Like, I did a meditation recently, and this is the first time I've connected to the angels, I've connected to God, but this is the first time, I mean, I'm learning how to connect with the cosmic. I'm learning how to connect with the planets, you know. I mean, seriously, you can't be so naive to think that we are the only life form in this entire universe, right? I mean, there are sightings of UFOs, there are sightings of the aliens, there are sightings of this and that. And let me tell you that Earth, you know, I mean, even the pyramid, right? The legend has it like, you know, the people who built the pyramids were, you know, in a very odd kind of like manner. So legend has it too, like beings from other planets came in to help us. I'm having the chills as I say this. And, you know, and dinosaurs once walked this earth, so we are not the first race, you know. So the galactic councils, you know, the divine has put in a lot of work on earth, really a lot of work on earth. So And the truth is, we are always evolving, right? So because we are so new, other more evolved beings has to come in to help us, has to come in to teach us, because we are given this free will. They are allowed to teach us, but it's up to us to use the skill to our own benefit or destruction. However, what it seems like right now is really self-destructing ourselves, right? And because there's so much war and shit going on, and I connected to moon. I connected to the moon energy. I'm very connected to the moon energy. I get headaches every time, I get, the full moon or whatever it is. Nowadays, lesser and lesser. I used to have this huge migraine, and it's like I'm upgrading. I couldn't maintain the energy, so I get that migraine sometimes. Like every month I used to get it in the past, but now it's like, thank God, it's decreasing. So I connected to moon. Was it moon or Mars? I really can't remember, because I was in a meditative state, but whatever it is, the beings there said this to me: you human beings are so stupid. You just don't get it, do you? You just don't get it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, what's going on? And they reminded me, we have heard this saying as well, but I didn't put this into context, to the bigger picture. How we feel inside is how we're going to see outside, but we are so self-involved. I admit I'm so self-involved that I only see my own reality, that I don't see the world in the bigger picture. And they reminded me that it is because of our own inner feelings that's causing this mass destruction outside in the world. The war, the freak election, it's a reflection of our mass consciousness. So in order for us to see a beautiful world, we must change our inside. If the saying is what you see outside is a reflection of how you feel inside, then wouldn't it be true that how we collectively feel inside is a reflection of the outside world? So we all have a duty to change ourselves. And that is why you see so many people awakening and quitting their jobs and finding their purpose, finding the true happiness, finding the true meaning in life, finding their life purpose right now. You see this more and more right now, isn't it? So as light workers, as spiritual entrepreneurs, there is no time to waste to, I'm going to deal with my shit tomorrow. I'm going to deal with this tomorrow. I'm just going to deal with all blah, blah, blah tomorrow. Because it is, you have a mission, you have volunteered, and you have selected this mission on this planet right now to help raise human consciousness. So there is no time to waste. You can have a flowery, great, beautiful persona on the outside, but in the inside, if you don't feel that way, it's all a facade, it's a lie. And stop lying to yourself, stop betraying yourself. It is time to allow that real you to emerge so that you can help other people and live by example and change the outside. It's a reflection of us. We have so much fear, and that's why it's showing out on the outside, right? So the beings in the moon or Mars, I can't remember, reminded me that. And I'm like, this is so freaking true. This is so true. We only take the context for ourselves, right? What you see outside is a reflection of your inside, but we don't see it as the global connection. And here I'm inviting to you to see that in the global connection, how you can inspire yourself and the people around you to start living their truth, to start being happy, to start questioning what success is, so that collectively, individually, we can change the outside. We can raise human consciousness. We can live on this new earth and have a piece of heaven right here on earth. We don't have to go home to experience it. In fact, earth is a beautiful place to experience heaven, because you get to pick and choose who you want to be and manifest and create. Isn't that beautiful? It's a change in perception. So if you're in a reality that you do not enjoy, just take that power back and be responsible, and know that you have created it, and start taking responsibility for it. So if you are going any sort of huge challenges, know that God would not give you that challenge, gift you that challenge, if you cannot handle it. It's time to build up that character. It's time to build up that tenacity. It's time to walk your talk. It's time to get rid and let go of whatever that doesn't serve you. It's time to let go of the lower vibration energy. It's time to let go of the negativity and get outside your comfort zone and see and take a peek and what life is what life really is for you. Right? God wants to give you His kingdom more than you want it yourself. And it's a pretty sight. And you see this because you see other people enjoying life. You see people traveling, first class, business class, whatever it is, climb Mount Kinabalu, Mount this, Mount that. You see that maybe your definition of the first class lifestyle is not really traveling first class. Your version of first class lifestyle could be climbing the mountains, having a mountain bike, or whatever it is. You know what you want to do, and that is unique to yourself. So stop hiding and stop making your dreams and desires wrong. Because I made my dreams and desires wrong. That's why I put on weight. Like, I don't feel good I don't deserve this. And because you don't feel you deserve it, so the body is like all over the place and making you feel shit about yourself, and like, yes, it's gonna amplify that you don't deserve it, right? So don't make your dreams wrong. There's nothing materialistic about it. It's only materialistic if you are attached to the physical things. If you are attached to those physical things, like I say, like the bags, the shoes, if you're attached to it, then you're being materialistic. And you're only materialistic if you have allowed those things to define who you are. Right? What is financial freedom? There's so much talk about making 7 figures, 6 figures. Like, really? Like, really? Like, really? Really? So to me, what financial freedom means is knowing how to manifest and having the ability to manifest as and when you desire. That is freedom. Because the 7 figures, the many zeros sitting in your bank account, if you don't feel good about yourself, you're going to start hoarding your 7 zeros, your 3 commas or your 2 commas. And that's not freedom. That's not freedom at all. So drop the 6 figures, drop the 7 figures. Just learn how to manifest the things that you need as and when you desire. If you desire to manifest 1 million, go ahead and manifest $1 million right now. Right? If you have so much fear, how you do one thing is how you do everything. If you have fear towards your money now, you would start to hoard your money when you have 7 figures as well. Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. Because the fear is your primary it's your primary thing, it's your primary emotion, right? So learn to operate out of love. We either operate out of love or out of fear. So I think about money, I worry about money, like so did J.K. Rowling, she worry about money. So the key is to learn how to sustain and provide for yourself and learn how to make money. When you learn how to make money, then there is no fear. It's only when you don't know how to make money, you don't know the rules of the games, then you start to fumble. So be a student, observe, open your eyes, your ears, close your mouth, don't talk so much and just observe, right? Don't gossip too much as well. It brings down the energy. Everybody is doing their best. Everybody is doing their best to their ability to figure out this thing called life. Okay, so both you and I are figuring out. All the spiritual teachers are also figuring themselves out. I'm also figuring myself out. And so the key is to be a better you. Be a better you than yesterday. Be a better friend. Be a better mother. Be a better daughter, be a better whatever, but it has to start with you. You have to be a better person for yourself, not because of other people. Then you have to drop codependency, right? You have to drop that codependency. A lot of times women stay in a dysfunctional relationship because they are afraid. They are afraid to be seen. They are afraid of their own power. They are afraid of who they are. They are afraid they need to hold on to something. So this is the time where you really build the relationship and trust with God, because everything comes from God through people. Money comes from God through people. So don't worship the wrong source. Opportunities come from God through people. When you are ready, I tell you, it's amazing how life supports you. You cannot see the opportunity right now because you cannot see where you are right now. It's like you're in a different vibration. The opportunity is of a higher vibration and you are right here. So when you let go and raise yourself, then the opportunities will start. This is the law of attraction. This is really the law of attraction 101. Alrighty, so I have, like I said, because today is Monday, and I will be doing these the Philosophy TV now on Monday, so that I'll give you the energy forecast for the rest of the week, so that you prepare yourself for the rest of the week. So I will draw a 3-card reading for you, Monday to Wednesday, Wednesday to Friday, and then the weekend card. Okay, and you can consume this over the weekend. I think by doing daily, there's so much information out there for you, and you're unable to consume it probably. So this is going to be for you. I'll be still popping in live once in a while over the weekend. So if you enjoyed this is exactly, what the School with Elise Ann is all about. Like, it's all about change. You want to be and sell something that you absolutely love. So I'm changing slightly for the School of Philosophy. It's now called the School with Elise Ann, making it really, really simple. And it's for the spiritual entrepreneurs who desire to be successful in all areas of their lives. All areas of their lives. We talked about this in one of the masterclass where we have 4 bodies. So if you're just so focused on the physical, the material, then other bodies would be topsy-turvy and you wouldn't find fulfillment. So that's what we talked about last month. So this is for the spiritual entrepreneur who desires to be successful in all areas of her life, make meaningful money, and make a difference in the world. At the end of the day, this is really why we are in business. The old passe form of business, I just want to do business, is all about me, is in the past. Now people are in business so that they can actually change the world, contribute to the world in the business, through the business. All right, so it's a beautiful way how things has evolved. So if you're not conscious about this change, you will be stuck in the previous mindset where how my grandfather started. It's all about, I don't think he really loved car accessories. It was just for survival, right? So you are given this beautiful gift right now where you can change the world with and through your business and have a great lifestyle. God didn't say you have to suffer. It's this crazy thing about spiritual people, right? Even when I started, I just tapped into this energy. Spiritual people have to be poor. Spiritual people have to be like the church mouse, which is absolutely ridiculous. So the truth is, as such, you got to really look at it and see which is your truth and which is the truth of someone else, and throw it out. And sometimes to that process is also painful. All right, so today I'm going to start doing the card. So my week starts on Monday. I know the week starts on Sunday, but I don't do anything on Sunday. So I will do the card reading for you. So it's Monday to Wednesday, Wednesday to Friday, and then the weekend. All right, so today to Wednesday, this is your card. So what they're telling me is that if you're going through some kind of pain, change your perception, because your mind is really powerful. Pain is a gift. So then you don't feel like, oh my God, I resist the pain. Pain is because you have asked for something even better, and the pain is painful because you are no longer supposed to be in that situation. Therefore, you feel uncomfortable in that situation, and you need to get out of the pain to get to the other place where you feel comfortable and sit comfortably there. So the pain is letting you know that you're no longer required in this situation. You're no longer needed. Your energy is a mismatch. It's time to get out. All right, so this card you're going to love. Angel of Manifestation, your efforts, determination, and perseverance have paid off. So as I've mentioned before, at the beginning of October, they told me that October is the beginning of a shift. A shift where, this year has been really intense. Working on your rubbish, working on yourself, there's triggers and so on and so forth. But what goes down must go up as well. This is the breakdown period, and in 2017, as the numerology has it, is a new time, new space, new energy. So don't run away from your situation, your manifestation. Your desires are coming to life. All right, so your manifestation, as they said, your manifestation have been paid off. So this week, Monday to Wednesday, be clear on what you want to manifest. It's not good enough to say, okay, you tell me what you want. So be clear. So Monday to Wednesday, while you're working on your triggers, know why you're working so hard for. What are you working towards? What are you working towards? Be really clear in what you want to receive, what you want to manifest, and what you want to create. You've got to be really, really specific, okay? The universe likes specificness. You know what I mean? That's Monday to Wednesday for you. Get clear in what you want to manifest. Okay, you must know where you want to end up, right? I mean, you can't take a plane and just, okay, take me wherever you want to go. That's super dangerous. What if you end up in a summer country when you are all packed with winter clothing? That's like boo-boo, right? So Wednesday to Friday. God of conflict resolution. You are being encouraged to walk away from a current conflict. This card has been coming a lot lately as well for the last couple of weeks. So the conflict, it could be literally a person or yourself, or observe any codependent relationships. What they're telling me is codependent relationships, toxic situations, walk away from it because it conflicts and now is in a conflict with your higher desires, because you know what you want to manifest. Once you know what you want to manifest, then the conflicts would show up, the triggers would show up for you to work on and be brave to walk away from it. All right? So if you want to be in a higher vibration, then you got to let go of the toxic relationships and codependency and whatever that you have. Maybe you have a codependent relationship with your business, with money, with a person, with your children, whatever it is. It's let it go. When you know truly that you're supported by God and universe has your back, God has your back, then there's no need for codependency. All right? It's not a card for you. Goddess of justice. What seems an injustice is actually a blessing. There you go. So it ties in beautifully towards the end of the week. It makes sense because when you're going through triggers, if you are not conscious, you would feel like I'm a victim of my own circumstances. And every time, these situations, when you look back, it's like, oh my God, such a gift. It showed me who I am. I didn't know I had this courage. I didn't know I could do this, right? So it's a beautiful 3 card. First is the Angel of Manifestation. Get clear on what you want to manifest. Then it's time to let go and know that you're on the right path. All right, so this is your energy forecast for the week. When you expect this situation, then you're not going to be like caught by surprise. Continuously work on yourself, and tomorrow it's going to be another session in the school. We're going to do giving gratitude, but I'm going to change that to the business building week. So if you are guided to work with me to be more and do more and be a successful spiritual entrepreneur, go ahead and check out the school, elisan.com/the school, where I guide you and have a community to help you get to where you want to be, because money success is not going to fulfill you if you are going to be so spiritual and without the support of money. It's not going to fulfill you either, right? If you are going to have so much mind chatter, it's not going to fulfill you either. So I want to help you to be successful in all areas of your life. Most spiritual entrepreneurs, healers, coaches, facilitators are so gifted, or on the other side, they're so worried about money. There has to be a balance. There has to be a balance. All right. So if you are interested, just check out the school with Elisan, elisan.com/the school. Alrighty, so this video will be up for you for the entire week to consume slowly, and it'll be up on my website as well. So remember that it's okay to change your mind. I've changed my mind a couple of times. You change your mind till you click within yourself. It has to feel right within yourself. And in business, you can't sell what you don't believe, right? And so therefore, it's time for you to be authentic with yourself. Nobody's going to judge you. Nobody's going to judge you because they're all too busy in their own journey as well. So it's time to be courageous to look at those dark sides of yourself and shine the light there so that you can live courageously, live authentically. That's what is lacking in the world, right? The courage to be authentic, the courage to be you. So as light workers, we really have to be the example. It's not just good enough to just yak, because we can just go read a book, right? You have to be the example, be the light, be the living example, right? And that's why I say be the spiritual entrepreneur who has success in all areas of her life. Money, physically, emotionally, spiritually. That's important. That's really, really important. That's really why our journey here on earth is for. To experience all facets of our lives, all facets of what earth, what this planet has to offer us. So it's time to raise your expectation, drop the codependency, and look at what you're tolerating. All right, so I'll see you sometime during the week. I'm not sure when I would come on in again, but I'll definitely see you next week. All right, so you take care. Love you all so much. And once again, I invite you to enroll in the school with Elisan. elisan.com/the school. Doing a little bit of a shameless promotion here. All right, so I'll talk to you soon. Love you all so much. Bye-bye.